Hello my lovelies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Luz, and on this week's video we are going to be doing two very exciting things. Number one, we are going to be making my first ever TBR jar, and secondly, we're going to be using said TBR jar to pick all of the books that I'm going to be reading in September. September is here. September is here. I have got a cardigan on, I have made myself a cup of vanilla chai tea, and I am feeling extremely autumnal. The skies are grey outside, it looks like it's gonna rain, so I thought what better than to start off this video with a little bit of a crafty afternoon, and then we can pick out all of the books for September using the jar. I have seen a lot of people use TBR jars. I am not the first, I will not be the last, but I've never done it myself, and so I thought it would be really special if we did this for the first time together. So that being said, grab yourselves a drink, let's get cozy, let's make a TBR jar, and let's pick some great books for September. If like me you've never made a TBR jar before and you want to, all you need is a pen, a paper. Paper can be any choice. It can be white lined paper, it can be scrap paper, coloured paper, post-it notes. I have gone for brown. A pen and a jar. And that's pretty much all you need. I then googled TBR jar prompts and I used some inspiration from there, and then just anything that came to mind in terms of what I thought might be interesting to pull out of the jar. I have then gone and written down everything that I think will be good on this paper here, and next I'm going to cut it out and then I'm going to put it in the jar. Now this is the jar that I'm going to be using. It used to be a candle jar. It's like this all the way around, and then at the front it's got like a little I don't know what you call that, but yeah, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna use this as my TBR jar. It's really cute, it'll look really pretty on the side. So this is what we're gonna be using. All I'm gonna do is then cut these out, pop them in the jar, and then we're pretty much ready to go. If you couldn't quite see fully what was on the list, here are a couple of my favorites that are on here. So we've got a book that you'll think you'll rate 5 stars. We have got pick a book with my eyes closed, a book that will make me cry, the prettiest book on my shelf, a book everyone keeps telling me to read, all that kind of stuff. So let's cut these out and then let's get cracking. So now I've got all of the prompts cut out, I'm going to fold them up and then we're going to put them in the jar. I also just want to try my tea because I have not tried this before. This is the Pucker Vanilla Chai. So this is my first ever taste test of this one. Oh, okay, that's really, really nice. I feel like I'm going to have that on rotation for all of autumn. That is absolutely divine. It's got ginger, cinnamon and nutmeg in, I think, and it just feels so warming, so soothing. And on a cozy autumnal rainy day, cozying up with a book and a cup of vanilla chai, the dream. And the last one, in it goes. So we've now got our TBR jar filled with all of our prompts. Pop the lid on. And that is going to sit in my book corner. So now we've got our TBR jar made. I'm going to take my TBR jar, I'm going to take my cup of tea. Let's see what the TBR jar is going to pick for September. I really, really, really hope it's going to be good. I've moved over to my reading corner. I'm going to finish my cup of tea. And we have now got a completed TBR jar, which I'm very excited about. Let's see what our first pick is going to be. I am nervous. Okay, we got one. This says the prettiest book on my shelf. This is such a good first pick. I know exactly the book I'm gonna choose. I'm so excited. This could not have been a more perfect first pick. TBR jar, you're great. The prettiest book I currently have on my shelf is Immortal Consequences by Ivy Marie, and just look at how pretty this is. The spread edges, these are absolutely gorgeous. I also I'm in love with the cover of this. The naked hardcover looks like this. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. The prettiest book on my shelf. This is supposed to be dark academia. And if you know me, I'm a dark academia girly. We're coming into autumn, so of course I would love nothing more than for my September TBR to be jam-packed with dark academia. So the fact that this is our first pick has me absolutely screaming. This I haven't heard much about, actually. And I know that it's Ivy Marie's debut novel. It's a new release. And I know this is kind of supposed to give Atlas 6 vibes. I haven't read Atlas 6 yet, also on my physical TBR. But this is basically about a legendary school called Blackwood. And it is on the fringes of the afterlife. And there is this competition taking place. There is 6 students and only 1 victor. And there's also a bit of a situation happening between 2 of the pupils that borders the line between obsession and hate. So I have been chomping at the bit to pick this up and to read it and hoping and praying that somehow we could make this happen on September's TBR. And what do you know? It's the first pick. So we are starting off September very, 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 very strong. Okay, pick number 2. Let's keep it coming. This says an indie fantasy romance. Ooh, do I have any of those? I added this and I thought, not sure if I've got any, but we can add it and it's a good incentive. Let me see if I have got any. I actually think I do have an indie romance that has just arrived very recently. And I'm fairly sure it's indie published. Let me grab it, let me tell you about it. And it's The Order of Masks by Alina Bell Chambers. This is an indie fantasy romance situation. It's book 1. Book 2 is about to come out in September and then it will be a completed duology. So with this, you've got dual POV. You've got a POV number 1 from our circus performer Mira, and then you've also got a second POV from Princess Scarlet. And their paths cross. Our circus performer Mira, she basically wants to overthrow the throne, and Princess Scarlet needs to decide whether they are co-conspirators or rivals. And apparently this has also got a bit of a love triangle happening, a little bit of a love triangle situation. And if you know me, I love a love triangle. I know a love triangle gets a bad rap, but I'm here for it. Here for it all day, every day. I'm really excited to read this and to see what this is going to be like. So the fact that this is also on my TBR, I'm thrilled. It also says, in the cutthroat Villian core, alliances shift in a heartbeat, and seduction is the prelude to... So that's what we've got in store for this read, and I cannot bloody wait. Next up. Oh, this feels like a small one. Is it the right way around? A dark academia book. My heart is so happy right now, you guys. My heart is so happy. Whoever created TBR Jazz, I created my own TBR Jazz. What am I talking about? Best decision I ever made. Best decision ever. For this pick, we have got 2 options. We have got Atlas 6 by Olivia Blake. This is supposed to be one of the dark academia classics, and I haven't read it yet. And one of my goals for autumn is actually to try and read all of the dark academia classics. Like, I call myself a dark academia lover, and yet I haven't read Secret Histories, I haven't read If We Were Villains, I haven't read Atlas 6. I need to sort that out, I need to rectify it immediately. So this is a huge contender for that card. However, that being said, Nightshade by Autumn Woods is also on my physical TBR. And I think I'm gonna go for this because this is our Fable book club pick for the month. You guys all really wanted to read this one. It was a little bit of a close tie actually between this and Fairy but this was the winner. I've heard it's supposed to be a little bit of a mixture of genres, but primarily a dark academia romance. I don't know too much about this, apart from there's mystery happening, it's set at a university, and on the back it says, he'd burn down the world for her, but she plans to burn his to the ground. I like this female main character already. So not only did you guys choose this for our Fable book club, but so did the TBR jar. So this is going straight on September's want to read list. Let's pick again. Okie dokie. Is it the right way around? Oh, No. A book that's been on my TBR over a year. Oh no, I was dreading this one coming up. Ah, hell. What's a girl to do? Okay, there's a few. Let me show you the choices that we've got. Okay, there are 3 books that are on the list. 2 I am terrified and have definitely been putting off. 1 I've been kind of saving for autumn. So the one I've been saving for autumn is The Curse of Ophelia. I don't really know why I've been saving this for autumn. I actually know that this is supposed to be a Greek-inspired fantasy romance, so I'm like, Luce, that's not really giving autumn. But for some reason I've been saving this for the cooler, colder months. I really, really, truly do not know why. That is a contender. It's supposed to be about heart-wrenching love, betrayals, and fighting for what you believe in. The premise of this is that the war is over, the curse is lifted, but Malachi, her one true love, is gone. Since then, she has searched high and low for answers, and then when the curse reappears, but only for her, she is suddenly on a race against time. And apparently she may be the only one who can save her people. And she is then sent on this huge challenge, not only mentally, but physically too, where it tests everything she knows about the leaders, about the angels, and ultimately about everything she thinks she knows about love and her one true love. That's kind of the premise for this. The other 2 we've got, these are big hitters. If you know, you know. We have got Jade City by Fonda Lee. This is supposed to be incredible. I've heard it's kind of like a good place to start if you're new to high fantasy, which I kind of am. I haven't read a lot of high fantasy before, but I really, really want to. So apparently this is like a really great place to start high fantasy. And speaking of high fantasy, on the other side of things, we have got the first Mistborn book. The Final Empire by Brandon Sanderson. Been on my TBR for nearly 2 years now, actually. I had the intention last year of reading this, of getting into my Brandon Sanderson era. Never really happened. And I look at this every day and think, one day I will. The writing in this is kind of like old. Do you know what I mean? Do we go for this? I don't think it's going to be this. It's kind of a toss-up between The Curse of Ophelia and The Final Empire. Which do we go for, guys? Which do we go for? Do I go for the easy one, the one that I probably am gonna like, or do I go for a challenge? I'm thinking we go for this one. One day, we're gonna do this soon. I just don't feel like this is the month. I feel like we go with this. Get this off the TBR, and then next time we'll jump in with this. So The Curse of Ophelia, it's on the TBR. Okay, how many is that? We've got 4 so far. The next one is gonna be, what does it say? Reread one of your favorite books. Oh my good God. You guys, this is perfect. This could not be more perfect. Oh my God. So, if any of you guys saw my most recent vlog, I talked on there about my 30 before 30 list, and one of the things that I want to do before I turn 30 is reread one of my favorite series. I just don't know which it's going to be. My options are Throne of Glass or Twilight. Who am I even trying to kid? Who am I trying to kid at this point? It's going to be Throne of Glass, isn't it? It's going to be Throne of Glass. Has to be. Yeah, hold on. Let me get it off the shelf. We're gonna reread Throne of Glass. Oh my God, all my dreams have come true. I can retire. That's it. I'm gonna reread Throne of Glass. Shall I vlog? Shall I vlog it for you guys? Oh my God. Sorry, I'm absolutely mind blown and baffled and bamboozled that has happened. I could not be more happy. I'm gonna do the reading order of this one first. When I read Throne of Glass, it's been over a couple of years since I read Throne of Glass. I think I read it in 2020. In fact, it's been longer than that. 2021 or 2022. I can't remember which it was. I think it could have been 2022 I read Throne of Glass. And obviously it took my entire world by storm. It is my all-time favourite series. Honestly, hands down, easy breezy. But it's been years since I've read it and I am in desperate need of a reread. It's been a long time coming. I've wanted to do this for so long and now we're finally doing it. I am so happy. We're going to be reading Assassin's Blade 3rd. That is the reading order I'm going to do it. So we're going to go Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Assassin's Blade. That's the order. And then we're also going to obviously do the tandem read. I will be honest, when I read Throne of Glass, I did not tandem read. It wasn't a thing then. And so I read each book individually. I want a tandem read. I want to see what that experience is like. And I never annotated any of these books. So we're obviously going to be annotating them and looking for Easter eggs and clues and all of that stuff, obviously. Ah, what a treat. What a treat. Pick number 6. Oh, this feels like a big one. Have I got 2? I've got 2. A book you think you'll rate 5 stars. Oh my god. Okay. What do I go for? Okay. I'm gonna go for a book that I have literally just purchased this morning on my Kindle. And it's In the Veins of Drowning by Kaylee Cassidy. And I've heard incredible things. Seriously incredible things. It's a dark romantasy debut and it's supposed to be eerie, atmospheric, gothic, all the things that I love, and it's supposed to be about sirens. Our female main character Imogen, she's a siren and she has spent her entire life hiding because all of the kingdoms think that sirens are monsters. But then one day a king comes calling, she can hide no longer, and he thinks that she is the key to saving the kingdoms. So they enter into this blood pact kind of thing. And so they flee the waters, they transverse with the undead. And the only way to defeat a monster might be by becoming a monster. That's the premise, that is the story. I can't bloody wait. It's got 5 stars written all over it. I'm fairly sure. Watch this space. Next. Oh, hold on. A book everyone keeps telling you to read. Oh, don't laugh. Don't laugh at me, guys. This one keeps popping up on my TBR all the time and I keep just not getting around to it. So maybe this month I put this to the front. Maybe I prioritize this instead of leaving it to the end and then it just rolling over and never getting read. You're gonna see it and you're gonna be like, Luce, this has pretty much made a feature on every TBR so far this year. But I do keep getting told to read this all the time. It's a dark fantasy romance. It's supposed to be amazing. Let me show you. I'm laughing at myself because what a wally. Why is it not being read yet? It's Reign of Shadows and Endings. You guys knew. You guys knew that's all that it was going to be. What else has been making an appearance and then just not being featured in my reading wrap-ups because I never get around to it? We're gonna prioritize this. This one, September, it has to be the month I read this. It has to be. It's dark. We're into the burn months. It's perfect time to read. That's maybe why I've subconsciously been holding off. So this is the one that everyone keeps telling me to read, and this is the month we finally do it. We have got one more to pull from here, and then we've also got the creator's pick from my other jar to do. So, what is the last one gonna be? Ooh. Ooh! I don't think you guys could see, but it says, a genre you don't usually read. This is perfect because I have got a little selection of thrillers which I have accumulated that I just never get around to because I don't typically read thrillers. Don't get me wrong. I do really enjoy a thriller. When I am in a thriller, I'm in it and I tend to read them really quickly. But my plan for the end of the year is instead of having romance palette cleansers, I'm going to have thriller palette cleansers and I'm going to get through the little stack on the floor. So I need your help in figuring out which one we're going to add as our palette cleanser. So let me show you the options. These are our choices. So we've got The Maidens by Alex McLeodies. We've got Never Lie by Frida McFadden, The Boyfriend by Frida McFadden, One by One by Frida McFadden, Riley Sager with The House Across the Lake, and The Island by Adrian McKinty. So which one are we going to go for? I think we go for the smallest one, which happens to be One by One by Frida McFadden. Or do we go for Frida? I feel like is a great starting point, right? So do we go for The Boyfriend Or do we go for one by one? God, this looks absolutely terrifying. It looks terrifying. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this, but it is autumn, aka spooky season. One by one, they will get what they deserve. Ugh. And then the boyfriend, it says she's looking for the perfect man, he's looking for the perfect victim. I think I'm gonna be brave. I'm gonna try this. I'm obviously gonna go in blind because I kind of, with a thriller, I think you need to because then the whole plot takes you by surprise and you can see whether the plot twist really does come out of nowhere. So we're gonna go for this. This is literally, oh wow, 258 pages. 258 pages, okay. This is going on the TBR. It's going on the TBR. So those are all of the TBR jar picks for this month. Oh my god, how exciting. I've just got one more book to choose for September and it's going to be one of the creators picks. So let me grab my little pot. So in here we've got the 4 options left for the creators picks. Let's see what September has got in store. What does it say? From Lukov with love. Okay. Okay, this is exciting. This is romance and I think it's Mariana Zapata. I've not read any Mariana books before, but I know that this is supposed to be amazing. The people that have read this and love this, they are diehard fans. They go to bat for this. And my gorgeous friend Ainsley was the one that recommended this to me. Her taste, it's exceptional, it's unmatched. I love everything she reads and recommends, so I know that I'm going to be in for a treat with this. And also I haven't got any other romance on the list for September, so this is going to be the little bit of lightness to the rest of the dark. So this is the final lineup for September's TBR. These are all of the books that our TBR jar picked out. Obviously we're just missing 2 here because I will have those on my Kindle, but this is what the lineup is looking like for September. These are all the books the TBR jar picked, and oh my good god, what a lineup. What a lineup. We are in for such a treat, I think, with this, and I cannot wait to report back and share all of my thoughts and feelings with you on this. But that's everything for this week's video. Thank you so much as always for watching, and I'll see you guys at the next one.